Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos un día más a Esto es MLS, la casa del soccer en español. Digo un día más, pero es que yo realmente no creo que sea un día más. Hoy es uno de esos momentos muy especiales en el canal, uno de esos momentos por los que peleas tiempo por que llegue, uno de esos puntos de inflexión que creo que puede haber en proyectos como este, y es que hoy tenemos nuestra primera entrevista del canal. Es cierto que sí que visteis una entrevista con Carles Gil hace unos meses, pero fue una entrevista que realizó Manu Vaquero para Babel, que nos la cedió en formato vídeo, así que realmente esta es muy especial porque es la primera que conseguimos Rubén y yo, mano a mano hemos peleado por ella, la verdad que al final la hemos conseguido. Muchas gracias de verdad al Mallorca porque se ha portado de 10, muchas gracias a Matthew, porque a Matthew Hope, ya sabéis quién es el invitado, evidentemente lo habéis visto en el título, lo habéis visto en la miniatura. Y bueno, sobra decir que la entrevista va a ser en inglés. Matthew Hope todavía no tiene el nivel suficiente para dar una entrevista en castellano, como es evidente. Ya lo tendrá en un futuro seguro, estoy segurísimo, porque seguro que va a triunfar en la liga. Así que bueno, dad por hecho que la vais a tener subtitulada. Y bueno, me callo ya porque ya damos paso a la entrevista con Matthew Hope.
Goalkeeper Martinez! Rui Diaz, and still Rui Diaz. That's it.
Hi Matthew, how is it going? Are you adapting okay to Spain and to Mallorca? How's it going this first month?
Yeah, I think the first how long has it been? Month and a half. I think it's been a good transition, and I've been able to learn a lot, and I think I'm adjusting well to the life in Spain. So I think it's been a good transition so far.
Well, I think it's not a bad place, Spain, to adapt, and of course Mallorca. I think Mallorca is not a bad place to adapt. I think it's very quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from California, so yeah, coming over here from it's a big difference, but it's not so much different than California.
No, it's very different from Germany, I guess. And how's the Spanish going? Are you having Spanish classes? You have a personal teacher? Do you know already a bit of Spanish?
So I took Spanish in high school. I took it for 4 years, but I need to improve it again. I need to get back on that. Except I have a Spanish teacher, and we meet a few times a week. Except I was just at camp with the US, so then I haven't gone in a few weeks. So then we get back to that next week.
Well, that's okay, because I'm not going to test you today. We are going to talk in English. So talking now about your season, which is being a bit particular because you arrived on the last day of the signing window with La Liga already started. The first match Mallorca had already been played. So how are you dealing with that? Because in your position, I can think of players like Ferninho or Angel, who have been already all the pre-season with the team and with the coach. So how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of competition in my position. So it just forces me to have to, try and adjust as fast as I can, try and work hard. And I think the coach does a good job in managing the players' workload and giving everyone an opportunity. So I just have to be ready for my chance and take advantage of that.
And I think you were really ready, because we saw in your debut versus Villarreal, it was an offside goal, but it was a goal really, but finally it was offside, so almost.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate not to be able to have that count as a goal, but I think I was able to show what I can do, in a short amount of time. So I think, it was a good showing for me. I just have to keep working hard and wait for chances like that to come.
Yeah, and after that match, your second match, a start versus Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu. So how was that feeling, playing your second match, first start at Santiago Bernabeu, such a stadium like that? What was the feeling?
Yeah, so that was my first start with this club, and then to be able to play against Real Madrid, one of the best teams in the world. It's a great honor for a player, and it's the type of thing that you look forward to. And it was a special moment for me, despite the result. But I think I always look back and be thankful for that moment. So
And Matthew, this next Saturday, you are playing versus Valencia, which is another great team. I'm saying great also because I'm a Valencia fan. I live in Valencia, actually. So this time, I don't wish you the best of the lucks. I hope you can play. I hope you can get a goal. But no more than that, please, because I'm going to be there looking at you. But I hope you can score. I hope you can play. But I don't hope that Mallorca can win that match, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a good match, and yeah, it's a good team. They have another American over there, Eunice.
Yeah.
So
Yunus.
yeah, I get to see him again, so that'll be nice. But yeah, I think it should be a good game. I think we're ready for you guys. So
sorry if I missed this, but did you coincide with Yunus at the USMNT or not yet?
Yeah, I saw him at 2 camps so far. He was at the last one as well.
So well, it's one of our best. It's one of my favorite players of Valencia, really. And well, now moving more into the USMNT, which is together with MLS, what we mainly talk about here in this YouTube channel with Ruben, who is my company. You made your debut in the Gold Cup and you scored versus Jamaica on the quarterfinals, the goal that made you advance into semifinals. Would you say this has been at the moment your most important goal of your career?
I think it was definitely one of them. I think my first goal in my career was probably one of the most important. But yeah, it's definitely up there. It was a special moment to be able to take my team to the next round of the tournament, and then because we ended up winning the tournament, so it was a good feeling.
And you played the start. You started on the final, so it really was an awesome tournament, I think, for you.
Yeah, it was good.
And also, what a summer! Because Gold Cup, Nations League, you weren't in the Nations League, right? It was
no.
Yeah, it was another camp different. But what are your feelings about all this new generation that is suddenly appearing through these last 2 years and doesn't seem to end anytime soon, with the Dest, Reina, Diorreina, Sargent, you yourself, Yunus, Brendan Aronson? What are your feelings of this generation?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're on the right track. We're all, good up and coming players who are trying to make a name for ourselves, not only in America but in Europe. And I think that's causing a bit of competition between us, which is good, and just pushes us to be the best that we possibly can.
But do you really feel that pressure, or you think that you guys really are almost kids, so there's not much pressure, or you feel it really, or you like it maybe, that pressure?
I don't really try to focus on the pressure. I just try and focus on things that I can control, and my emotions and stuff like that, because there's nothing you could do about the outside circumstances. So just as a player, just focus on your game and what you're good at, and then it'll all work out.
And now, Matthew, please tell me the truth. What would be, in your opinion, a good World Cup in this next World Cup in Qatar for the United States? Just getting on to the knockout round, quarterfinals, semifinals. Be honest.
I think we have a good team. We have a very young team, and going into any tournament, you want to go in with the idea that you're going to win it. So we're going to shoot to try and win it, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because you don't want to go in shooting for passing the group stage or going for the quarterfinal. That's not the right mindset. You just want to go one game at a time and win that game, get a good result, and go the next round.
And would you say being on that World Cup is your nearest dream right now?
Yeah, that's a dream of mine, I think.
Thinking a bit, sorry, I thought you ended. Thinking a bit far away, a dream more wide, a bit more far away than that. What is your biggest dream in soccer?
My dream is just to play for my club and country at the top level. So that would be competing in World Cups and the top international tournaments, along with like all the top club tournaments, Champions League and stuff like that. So those are my individual goals as a player. So it's something that I'm working hard to achieve, and I think I'm on the right path.
And I don't know, Matthew, if you really feel it, or if you guys in the USMNT feel it, but people start to talk about the USMNT at this next World Cup. But really, almost of you guys, like I said, will arrive there 2022 as kids. So don't you think the real pressure might come in the next World Cup in 2026 when you are really playing at home? So that's really the pressure, I think.
I mean, when you're playing at the top level, I think there's always going to be pressure. It's just how you handle it, how you are able to, as a team, how you're able to perform, and if you're able to overcome adversity. So I think that's something you don't have to worry about for the next 5 years. You just focus on your game. So
no, it's very far away now. I think this next World Cup is So two more to end, Matthew. Who is the player you look at more right now, or the player you draw inspiration from? I don't care if he plays right now or if he is not active, but who is the player?
I think right now, Holland. I think I just think he's a beast, and one of the best forwards, if not the best in the world right now.
And the last one, where do you enjoy more playing? Because we have seen you at both sides, at the left, at the right. We have seen you at the front as a 9. So as the main reference, what is your favorite position?
I think I can play anywhere up top. My favorite position is the number 9 position. Mm-hmm. But if we have like a free system where you're able to rotate with the players, not just stay in one place the whole game, but you're able to rotate and be fluid as a team, then just anywhere where I'll be able to find the ball in a good spot and get a goal scoring opportunity, I think is my favorite position to be.
So Matthew, really thank you for being here with us, because I have enjoyed very much talking with you. I hope you have enjoyed being here, and I really appreciate the effort of being here. So thank you very much, and I hope you can, as I told you, score versus Valencia, but please don't win.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Bye, Matthew. Take care.
Bye, take care.